Don't forget to like, follow, subscribe, and turn on notifications so that you will receive alerts when there are new episodes. Go get it.
That's what I tell them. I've been grinding for so long, I wake up and chase my goals. I go out and I go get it. Hot or cold, that's all I know. I don't succeed, then I don't breathe. Success, what does it mean? If I conquer all my goals, then I'm living out my dream. Dig deep, go out and get it. Success Chronicles. Compete until it's finished. Success Chronicles. Go take care of your business. Success Chronicles. It's deeper than just winning. Success Chronicles.
Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Chip Baker coming to you with another episode of the Success Chronicles. Truly excited about this episode to have Coach Chancellor on with us, an amazing man that has influence and impact in many lives, has done some amazing things, four-time WNBA champion, NCAA Final Four, has done some really neat things and just impacted lives in a great way. So, Coach, first, thanks so much for taking the time to interview with the Success Chronicles.
Well, I'm just excited to be talking to you. Anybody that knows my boy's got to be a pretty good guy.
Well, let's go. Yes, sir. Yeah, we've had some good times together as well. But, Coach, if you don't mind, tell us a little bit about who you are and kind of track your story so the audience will know.
Well, I started out. I started out in the state of Mississippi, coaching high school basketball. I was a coach in North Mississippi, South Mississippi, and everywhere. And I loved high school basketball. I started out coaching boys basketball. Mm-hmm. And then I got an opportunity to coach boys. In those times, in 1970, early 70s, you coached both sports because you get out of the classroom. So I was coaching high school girls and boys. And Ole Miss offered me a chance to go to coach women's basketball there. And I told them, no, I didn't have any interest in it. I wanted to continue in men. And on the last hour of the meeting, he said, well, you know, you don't have to teach. And when he told me I didn't have to teach math anymore, in those days, called it general math too. Uh-huh. And I said, yeah, I'll take the job. So I got there and I stayed there 19 years. I loved every minute of it. But then I've always wanted another challenge, another opportunity to go out there in life and experience new things. And so the WNBA had a league. And the Comets went out and tried to hire every coach in the country. This is a true story. Tried to hire every coach in the country but me. They couldn't find nobody else on the Friday before the draft. They finally got around to hiring me. I was the last choice. At the big press conference, they said, do you mind being the last choice? I told them, heck no, I didn't mind because I went in my mother-in-law's top 25 choices. I stayed here 10 years and loved it. When Leslie Alexander sold the team and I decided that I would retire. And I retired, and I was retired for 2 months. And unless you called me, and I went down there and coached for 5 years. Can I tell one quick story?
Please, I love it.
Okay, well, I called my dad. I said, Dad, he's a cotton farmer in Winston County, Mississippi. I said, Dad, what do you think about me going to the WNBA and coaching? He said, son, don't be the biggest fool in the whole state of Mississippi. That league is not going to you're not going to be very successful. And said, but when you get to be my age, having friends are the most important thing in your life, just having friends. And he said, in Oxford, Mississippi, you got more friends than anybody I know of. You just got friends everywhere. And so I said, Dad, you know, you're right. I'm going to turn this job down because I don't want to leave my friends and leave Ole Miss. And he got really serious then. He said, hey, boy, how much money are they going to pay you? I said, Dad, it's going to double my salary. He said, son, with your personality, you can make a lot of friends in Houston. Now, that's how I became the coach of the Comets, everybody. And I love coaching the Comets, and I was fortunate enough to be the Olympic coach in 2004, and that's probably one of the highlights of my life. So the man upstairs has really blessed this country boy from Mississippi. Let me tell you that right now.
That's good stuff, Coach. It was neat to watch the journey of course, the Ole Miss and then the Comets. I mean, just legendary, legendary players, legendary coaching, legendary times. You know, I'm a Texas boy. And so, being around it, seeing all of everything that was going on, it was amazing times for our state, for sure.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much.
Yes, sir. Well, what are 3 things you've accomplished in your life that you're proud of?
Well, I'm going to tell you what I'm really proud of. I'm really proud that John's mom and I, John's being my son, and I have been married 59 years. And we've had a great marriage. We're church-going people. We're people of faith. And so we're really, really proud of that. Next, from a professional point of view, they said no man would ever coach the Olympic women's team in my lifetime. And I was named the Olympic women's coach for the U.S. in 2004. That was a great accomplishment. And I'm proud of my family, but I'm really proud of my 4 grandboys. I got 4 grandboys that are all 20 years old now. John has 2. That's Jake and Joe, and my daughter Renee has 2, and that's Nick and Zach. And I'm really proud of that. I think that's what I want to think is that I want to think that one of the things that I think back as I get older and reflect on, I want to think that I've made a difference in some young people's lives, and forget all the wins, forget the losses. I think I was put here to make a difference in what young kids could do and direct their lives. That's the thing I'm probably the proudest of.
You definitely have done that, Coach. Definitely have done that time and time again. So, just hearing you talk about your journey, coming from Mississippi, coaching high school, WNBA, Olympics, all of the things, your family, all of the things that you've been blessed to achieve, I would consider that to be hugely successful. So let's hit on success. What is your definition of success?
So here's my absolute definition of success. I think success is taking the talents that God's given you and doing the most that you can and the best that you can with those talents. I'll give you an example. Our son, Johnny is coaching at Oak Ridge High School. Johnny works hard. He works hard at teaching, at coaching. He'll never be a pro coach. He'll never be a college coach. But Johnny is really successful. He coached shot puts last year for assistant track coach. Now they changed. They moved into pole vault. He don't know much about pole vault, but Johnny studies the pole vault. Johnny's the best pole vault coach Johnny can be. Now that may not be a very good pole vault coach. But I believe in this, Chip. You ought to take whatever you're going to do, have a passion for it, believe in it, do it, work at it, and then never being satisfied with where you are in life. You're going to run this podcast. Try to get better every time you have it. Try to when you're not on the air, study to be on the air. And I think that's very successful. I always thought you ought to have pride in what you did. Back, 40 years ago when I got grandboys cutting grass now, but when I cut the grass, let me tell you, I cut the grass right. I had a lot of pride in cutting the grass. I got a van. I wash it. I'm 78. I wash it today. I wash that van like it. I have pride in how I do things. And that's what I think success is. Have pride about what you're going to do. Have passion about what you're going to do. Don't sit around and you can get up every day and be negative. I get up. The one thing I can control is my attitude. I get up every day pumped up, ready to go. I done played 18 holes of golf today, by the way. Yes. Oh, yeah. If you're not rolling, you're not living. Just remember that.
Let's go.
Yeah.
I love it, Coach. That's good stuff. So, hearing you talk about the success, there's some things that I'm curious to know about you as far as like how you've operated, how you've coached. What are some core common principles that you believed in as far as your coaching? And then 2, I would love to hear maybe a Comets story, like about the championships, some of that stuff, if you have any of that.
I think if you want to be a success, it's how you treat people, how you interact with people. How do you treat, like one of my coaching course was, if you played for me, you better not mistreat a manager. You better not mistreat an equipment person. When I went into the high school coaching, I treated the janitors right. But one reason, they had a key to everything. So, yeah, that was the big thing. But I think it's how I tell you what I'm really proud of as a coach. Right now, when I go back to the Rockets games, all the people that work there, not I don't know any of the Rockets personally anymore, but all the people that are taking up everything, that are the people who tell you where to sit and all of that, they always speak to me and they always tell me, hey, you treated us good. And that's what I want to be. I want to be the guy that I was coaching the Comets, and I was a coach of some great players, but I want to treat everybody the same. And if I want to be a success, I want to get up every day and come in and say to people, hey, I'm proud. When you work for me, treat people right. Say, hey, I appreciate the job you're doing. I think when you're raising children, you got to get out there and say, hey, Johnny, I really love you, man. I'm proud of what you're doing. Johnny's 55 years old, and we talk on the phone all the time. And I tell Johnny, I said, Johnny, I really love you, man. And I want you to know I'm really proud of the job you're doing at Oak Ridge High School. I think people want to hear that. People don't want to hear that it's cold outside and I don't have this and I got a bad job and they switched me from teaching this to that. And, I get up now. Let me tell you that I wasn't always the coach of the Comets making good money. I was a high school coach making $5,000 a year, teaching 5 classes of math and coaching 4 sports. So now tell me that the old boy had a silver spoon in his mouth. You got to make it. Next thing, work hard. I see so many people don't want to work hard. And then I'm going to tell you a Comet story. We got the Comets, and it's a known fact. I'm not saying anything that's not been said. Sometimes Big Three, Thompson, Swoops, and Cooper, they might have all wanted the ball. They might have all had, situations, and they might have not. So we were playing Phoenix in the second championship, and I thought we needed a way to win. So I couldn't get them together. So I told them, I got them in the locker room and I said, let me tell you, if y'all will listen to me and do what I tell you, got all this discussion and griping because you're not getting the ball, you can win $10,000, but you got to believe in me enough. And I held a big old white towel up. You got to believe this towel was purple. And Cooper said, and they all said, well, does that mean if we believe in that towel, we'll win that $10,000? And I said, yes. And one of them said to me, she said, is that a dark purple or a light purple? You got to have different ways to motivate people at different times. And pro ball, money motivates players. They'll come together for money. I don't care, because at that time, in the WNBA, $10,000 is a lot of money, man. It ain't this NBA money out there. So yeah, we came together and won those championships, and every year we'd have a struggle at the end of the regular season because they were tired of each other and tired of me, and I was tired of them. So let's get that straight. But we would all come together and win. And then the saddest thing that ever happened to me, outside of losing my mom and my sister and my parents, it was when I lost Kim Perrott. That was devastating. When I got the call that she had cancer really bad, that was the most depressed day. That was in the off season that I'd been in it. She was a wonderful person.
That's awesome. Well, Coach, I truly appreciate, again, you taking the time to interview with me, sharing those stories, sharing those common principles. And I wish you continued success in all that you're continuing to do, Coach. And again, I just want to say thank you so much.
Thank you for having me on, and I enjoy being on. I want to relay a message, and I think you're doing a great job. And always remember this, everybody. Every day, get up, and it's what you do with each day that counts. Tomorrow's gone. Ain't no sense in worrying about it. I mean, yesterday's gone. Tomorrow, don't worry about it. You may not live to see that day. That's the way I see it. I get up every day pumped up, Chip, and I'm pumped up today, buddy. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Coach. All right. And thank you guys for taking the opportunity to check out this episode. We'll see you next time. God bless. Go get it.